you will not have relationships. People will be running away from you. So the best thing is, if you understand what kind of a personality you are and the traits that you have, be honest, sit down with yourself and ask yourself, which traits are good to hold and which traits do I need to change?
Good morning, madam.
Morning to you, how are you?
We are fine. Good.
Mnaendelea vizuri?
Ndio. Tunashukuru Mungu.
Asante.
Leo tunaongea kuhusu how your personality affect your relationship at work.
Yes. How personality affects your relationship at work, how it affects your relationship at school, how it affects your relationship in home places, how it affects your relationship even in the marketplace, how it affects even your relationship in marriage. So your personality can affect your relationship in all areas, even in church actually, everywhere where you are, everywhere where people are, they have different personalities, and their personalities affect their relationships with each other or affect their relationships with others. So we need to look at this personality. Yes.
There's somebody outside there mwenye hajui personality. Sasa tunasema kuhusu what is personality?
Personality ni kama character ya mtu. Personality ni kama temperaments za mtu. Personality ni kama disposition ya mtu ama nature ya mtu. Na kwa Kiswahili we say utu, tunasema tabia, tunasema hisia, you know, zile tabia mtu ako nazo, zile hisia mtu ako nazo, vile huwa ana behave ama vile huwa anakaa. That is what we call personality. And we are saying all these tabia ya mtu, hisia za mtu, you know, utu wa mtu vile yuko, ina affect their relationship or in affect relationship between maybe husband and wife, between maybe at workplace, you know, your colleagues, even in the marketplace and so on. Because sometimes you even go to buy something and you know, because Kenyans really like bargaining, unaweza ingia kwa duka ufikirie utabagaini kama vile unabagaini kwa kwingine. Shopkeeper anakuambia sina time yako, you know, just go, kama utaki kununua enda. And then you go away saying that shopkeeper is not a good person, ama that shopkeeper is rude, ama that shopkeeper is like this or like that. But generally it is because of people's personality or how someone is. Maybe watu wengine tunasema ni wakali, maybe wengine tunasema ni wapole, maybe wengine tunasema hawaongei na watu, you know, kuna watu tunasema huyu hawezi kuongea na watu, maybe wengine ni approachable, wengine not approachable. So you see, if it's out at workplace, we have people that probably people say, hey, that one I cannot approach, that one I cannot talk to, ama this one is approachable, this one is not approachable. Even in school, you know, they are your classmates, you know, you fear to approach them, or you look at them, maybe they are quiet, and then there are others that are very talkative, and then maybe the teachers are also different. You have teachers that probably you can say, this one I can approach, this one I can talk to, this one I cannot talk to, or even the principal and so on. So this is what we are calling personality. This is what we are calling the character of somebody, temperaments of somebody, disposition ya mtu, tabia yake, nature yake, what kind of a person is this? So when you are talking about people say different things about different people, and this actually is what affects people's relationships and even affects how people, you know, relate even in marriage. You may find that some marriages, you know, maybe the husband is quiet, the lady is talkative, you know. Then you be saying, "Ay, bibi yake ni mzuri lakini bwanake si mzuri."
I mean, people should choose people who are
So the message today is that we are not the same. The message today is that we are not the same, that we are different. We have been made different. We have different feelings. Tuko na hisia tofauti, tuko na nature tofauti, and therefore we need to understand each other to be able to work with each other in a more productive way, ama to be able to relate with each other in a better way, because we are not the same. We have different personalities. We have different personalities. So if we understand each other, then our relationships will be will be better. That probably someone who is quiet does not have any problem with you. Probably someone who does not talk much does not mean that they are rude or does not mean that they don't care about you. So we need to understand each other. We need to understand different kinds of personalities so that we can be able to relate well at workplace or we can be able to relate well wherever we are, even in the marketplace, even wherever. You know, sometimes I go to Isili market and nowadays the Somalis have become a bit friendly. You can bargain. But there used to be times when you go there, wakikupatia bei wamekupatia bei. Kama una haja na hiyo product, acha uende. And there are some shopkeepers like that, that you go there and you want to start talking and so on, they don't have time for you. So what I'm saying is that different personalities affect relationships. So we need to understand each other. You need to understand what kind of a person your colleague is. You need to understand what kind of a person your wife or your husband is. You need to understand what kind of a person, you know, your head teacher is. You need to understand what kind of a person your schoolmate is. And generally so that you can be able to relate well in the society. Yes.
Wow, that's cool, Madam Joyce Mghoi.
Yes.
And now I just wanted to go to directly in a work situation. Or in an organization where you meet different people with different personalities. As a leader, or as a leader, or as the head of that organization, what are some of the things that you can do or you should do so that you can ensure that you are versatile to different personalities?
To different types of personalities. Now, generally, when you are going through education or schooling, different courses or different programs, they have a unit or two for understanding human beings. There is a unit or two that you are taught to be able to understand human beings, especially if you're going to work with human beings. So those kind of units, they are supposed to enlighten you and give you information about the different types of people that you are going to be meeting and how you can be able to handle them. So generally today I want to talk about, different psychologists have classified personality differently. Different psychologists and different people have classified personality different. There are those that talk about melancholic people, choleric, sanguine, phlegmatics, and so on. There are those that talk about some different classifications. They have classified differently. But today I wanted to look at type A and type B personality. That is what I want us to look at. So now for an employee or an employer, someone who has employed people, they need to find out their employers, what kind of people they are. They need to take time to study them, to look at them, to see what kind of a person this person is. So this type A and type B personality was actually proposed by somebody called Mayor Friedman. And Ray Rosman. And let's look at type A. Sasa hapa ndo mtajua kama James ni type A, kama Anthony ni type A, ama ni type B. Hapa ndo tunataka kujua sasa. So type A personality, their traits, what kind of people are they? They are aggressive people. Type A, they are aggressive. Sasa wewe una note tu, una tick ama So they are aggressive. They are focused on achievement. They really like achieving, something. They are very hardworking. They are very confident in whatever they do. Naona kigogo akismile pale. They are very hardworking. They are very confident. They are easily irritated or intolerant with failures. Hapo muna not easily irritated or easily intolerant with failure. They are determined people. They are determined. When they want to do something, they will do it. They are determined. They are unfriendly and hostile. They are unfriendly and hostile. They are not very, very friendly people. They can multitask. They can do one thing. They can do very many things at the same time. Huyu ndio mtu anakuambianga mimi nafanya BCom, but nafanya accounting ya Kasneb, but nafanya this other course, nafanya ile course ingine.
Naona Anthony hatujafikia. Type ya Anthony.
Bado mko mbali kidogo. So these are people that can multitask. They have a sense of urgency. They have a sense of urgency that this thing has to be done now. It has to be done now. They are highly competitive people. These are the people who compete with you. Hata unashindwa, kwa nini mtu anashindana na mimi? You know, I mean, what is it really? So they are highly competitive people. They are impatient. They are self-driven and motivated. So kwa hiyo list wao unachukua zile ziko positive na zile ziko negative. They are also energetic people. They are full of energy. They have low emotional intelligence. Low emotional intelligence is being able to empathize with other people or being able to yani kule kuonea wengine huruma. Unajua pale hata kwa village sengine wanasemanga huyu mtu akuange na huruma. You know, those are the kind of people. They are low in emotional intelligence. They are controlling. This one type A, they are controlling. They have fixed opinions. That if they decided this is the route to go, they want it to be that particular route. They are also workaholics. They work long hours. They work long hours. They easily feel frustrated. They are angry, and they can also easily get stressed. Now, that is personality type A.
But I think, can someone has all those qualities? Because, if you are a person who has the personality type A, and you combine all those qualities,
you don't know what that kind of a person will be.
You are multitasking, competitive, you are a person who is slow to anger.
Full of energy, you know, has a fixed opinions and so on. But you see, all these things are related in one way or another. Because like now, let me talk about two, workaholics and fixed opinion or fixed mindset. You know, workaholic and fixed opinion. Kama wewe ni workaholic, you must be fixed, you must have fixed opinion. Ndio unasemanga, siwezi toka kwa hiyo ofisi mpaka nifanye nini? Nimalize hii kazi. So they are actually related in one way or another. They are related in one way or another. But of course, someone may not have all of them 100%. But if you have 90% of this, then you are type A. If you have 99%, then you are type A personality, kind of personality. So this is type A. Maybe we can look at type B. Type B, Yakigogo. Type B personality is actually basically the opposite of type A. So this person is peaceful. This person is relaxed. This person is easygoing. This person is stress-free. This person has no sense of urgency. Hii inaweza fanywa kesho, ama ifanywe kesho kutwa, ama ifanywe hata next week, ama ifanywe hata hiyo wiki ingine, hakuna shida. You know, they rarely have conflicts. You know, they are stable in their emotions. They are very stable in their emotion. They are even-tempered. They are flexible. These are the people you can suggest something and they adopt what you are suggesting. But type A rarely will. Because they have fixed opinion. So these ones are flexible, they are adaptable, they can be able to adjust to a particular situation, and they are also low competitive. So basically type B is opposite of type A. While type A, they're not workaholic. These ones are not, they are not workaholic. They work at normal times and they are relaxed. They don't have the urgency, the feeling of urgency like the type A. Type A have a feeling of urgency that this thing has to be done, it has to be done now. But these ones, they have no sense of urgency. So therefore, they can complete this task this week, next week, after next month, after next year, ni sawa tu. After next year, ni sawa tu. So they are generally relaxed, they are easygoing, they are less competitive. Type A is quite competitive. Type A is, you know, there is a sense of urgency, controlling, and they are easily frustrated and angry and stressed. Now, I want you to look at that. Easily frustrated, angry, and stressed. Because if you look at type A and type B, who is likely to have depression? Who is likely to have a stress? type A.
Type
Type A is likely to have stress because as you are struggling, as you are multitasking, some things may backfire. As you are, you're competing with people, there people could be better than you. So you may never actually reach them. So you start getting frustrated there. As you are, determined to do something, aggressiveness to do something, focused on achievement. And sometimes it may not be only on achievement. It may not be just the A grade that really someone needs to get. Someone also needs to be disciplined. Someone needs also to be to have integrity. Someone needs to have integrity. And that's why right now we are even talking about people cheating in exams. The desire to get an A overrides integrity. Overrides integrity. The desire to get money overrides morality. Overrides morality. And that's why you're seeing people are doing commerce without morality. So long as you are selling something, so long as it's giving you money, you don't care what you are selling to, you are selling to people. So this kind of being focused on achievement, being aggressive, being, wanting to achieve so much and highly being competitive can also lead this type A into things that are not morally right, into things that are illegal, into things that probably may not be well. But again, we are also looking at this type B. If you look at this type B, really, will this type B ever have anything accomplished? This is
we can do it next week. We can do it next month.
Yes, these are peaceful person. This is a relaxed person. This is an easygoing person. This is a stress-free person. naona mkisalimiana flexible, adaptable, he can adapt. Yani anaweza kuwa na idea anataka kufanya hii, lakini ukimletea ile yako anaweza tu chukua ile yako aache ile yake, easily adaptable. They are they are generally very peaceful people. So in short, what am I saying? We need both. We need someone to have part of type B and part of type A.
Exactly. I was to come to that place. I was to ask you for a middle ground because you cannot be in bad end.
There should be a middle ground. There should be a middle ground. Otherwise, if there is no middle ground, you need to have a bit of type A and a bit of type B for you to be able to actually function in a balanced way and to be able to achieve some of the things. Because if you have type B personality and 100% type B, you will really struggle. If this is your partner, you will really struggle. If this is a shopkeeper, you will really struggle. This shopkeeper, kuna sukari iliisha last week. Anasema nitaleta tu next week. Nitaleta tu hiyo wiki ingine. Customer anakuja na anapata there is no sugar. Na shopkeeper hana wasiwasi. Hana stress. Si nimekosekana siwende hapa kwa neighbor, uchukue pale. But how can you do businesses in that way? So you can see you cannot be able to do businesses that way. So anyway, I think for a balanced human being, there is need for balancing type B and type A personality. So now coming to your question, Kigogo, what should an employer do? An employer should be able to know his employees and then to have continuous workshops and trainings, because there are some things that you are not born with, but you cultivate them. There are things that you're not born with, but you cultivate them. You cultivate them. You can cultivate things to do with being emotional intelligent. You can cultivate things to do with not being a workaholic or being balanced there. Because now again, if it's a workaholic, again, it's a disadvantage. Because this person is never at home. This person, doesn't do anything. They are always at work. They are always at work. Their relationships also at home, or their relationship with the neighbors, their relationship with the villagers, their relationship is not good because these people are workaholic.
I think also you can bring the health implications.
Yes, even health implications. And that's why we were talking about stress, depression. Stress and depression because of what they want to achieve and the state of urgency that this thing has to be done now. It has to be done immediately. It has to be done now. You have to get it now and so on. So again, that one, it becomes a disadvantage. So what an employer should do is to be able to know their employees, and then to be able to be giving them trainings day by day, or once in a year, or twice maybe in a year. Give trainings about life, because people can be able to adapt, and people can be able to pick the values, and people can be able to pick some of the characters that can be able to help them become better in life. Like if you train the shopkeepers and you tell them, surely you cannot have your sugar finished from last week and up to today hujaleta sukari, you know, unasaidia yule shopkeeper kumuonyesha kwamba you are losing money. You are losing money. So it's better for you to try and balance. Yes, you are a type B, yes, you can relax and watch things happen, but can you be able to step up kidogo so that at least you can be able to provide for your clients? So it's important for employees to know that. It's also important for employers working with each other to be able to know each other, to be able to know who your colleague is, or what kind of a person your colleague is. You know, there are people who feel like this person who is type B maybe is lazy, and it's not about laziness. It's not about laziness. So they need to understand each other. They need to understand this type A, where he's coming from. The type A has a spirit of urgency. Type A want to multitask. This one being done at the same time this one is being done. You know, is just multitasking and so on. So they need actually to be able to understand each other so that they can be able to live in a better way. Now, by looking at both personalities, you can see academically, if somebody wants to do well academically, again, you need a lot of type A, and also a bit of type B. Type B to give you some kind of peace. And type A to give you some kind of motivation to work hard, isn't it? Some kind of pressure, isn't it? Some kind of pressure. So really that's what about a personality. Yes.
Good morning once more.
Morning.
We are back on the second session of our interview.
Yes.
I mean, it has been so hot, it has been so nice.
Yes.
I mean, someone outside there is listening to ili aweze kujua personality yake ni gani. Now, there are these people who use the excuse of their personality to justify their failures. Now, what can you tell them?
Okay. Now, the issue is, once you know the kind of a personality you are, if you are honest with yourself, if you are very honest with yourself, you'll be able to know, I am this kind of a personality. And this personality, there is this trait and this one which I don't like, you know, as a human being, which I don't like. So I need to change this kind of a personality. So we should not have an issue whereby someone understands their personality and then they sit back and say, I am this kind of a person. What will they eat? What will they eat? You know, how will they live their lives? Are you getting?
Exactly.
How will they live their lives? If you are a controlling person, how many people want to be around you to be controlled by you? So you find that you'll be losing friends, isn't it? So you cannot go around telling people, I'm type A, so you know, I'm controlling and all that. You will not have relationships. People will be running away from you. So the best thing is, if you understand what kind of a personality you are and the traits that you have, be honest, sit down with yourself and ask yourself, which traits are good to hold and which traits do I need to change? Or which traits do I need to check on? Then you be honest with yourself. Then try and exercise and become a better person. But don't sit down and start having an excuse and say, me, I have this personality. Because as I've said, we all learn and we can become. We can become what we desire to become. So you just look at your personality, assess the traits that you have, then assess the good traits and the bad traits. The traits that are making you lose friends, the traits that are making you lose businesses, the traits that are making people not to be able to associate with you, look at that. The traits that are making you poor, you know, the traits that are making you poor, look at that, and then be able to deal with them, or be able to become, or be able to improve yourself so that you can lead a balanced life. That's what I can say.
Now comparing the two types of personality, type A and type B.
Yes.
Madam Joyce Mghoi, which can cause maybe mental health
Mental
issues?
health. Now, the people of type A are likely to face mental health challenges because they are so compulsive, they are so controlling, they are so competitive, they have so much urgency, sense of urgency, and therefore they are more prone to mental health problems, they are more prone to depression, they are more prone to stress because things may not be able to be the way they want them to be, because these are very aggressive people. They are very aggressive people. So type B, they are likely not to go through stress or depression and so on, because they feel relatively contented with themselves. But type A, you know, look at that, workaholics, you know, working until 9, you know, everybody went home, you know, you know.
Exactly.
Or, you know, being aggressive, you are so aggressive, or being competitive, you know, being competitive, competing, you know, that competition may not be healthy, especially if it is continuous throughout your life. A health competition is just wanting to be like other people, but in a healthy way, also recognizing your limitations, recognizing who you are, and also being able to achieve other things other than what other people have achieved. So you can see that kind of a person can easily go into stress and depression. Yes.
55 minutes past 8 a.m. East African time. Maybe Madam Joyce Mghoi, your last words?
Yes, my last word is that we as human beings, we need to understand each other. We need to understand each other, that we are born differently, tuko na hisia tofauti, we act differently, and therefore, when we understand each other, we are able to work well. Then secondly, just know what kind of a person you are. Sit down with yourself and know what kind of a person you are. And look at the traits that are positive in you, applaud yourself for that, and look at the traits that are negative in you, then see how you can be able to improve them so that you can lead a more healthy life. That is what I can say.
My brother.
Thank you, Madam Joyce Mghoi, for the interview. You have known our different personalities.
Yes.
And I know our listeners. I mean, we are very eager to know nini mtu wa aina gani. Pale kazini, employer ameweza kujua how you can relate with your workmates, how you can relate with your employees as well. But now, we are going tunapisha mwanahabari ifikapo saa 3, maana naona ni dakika 4. Itimie saa 3 kamili hapa utakuwa tunapata habari za lugha ya Kiswahili. Tumekuwa na Madam Joyce Mghoi, msikilizaji. Tutapata tena siku ya Jumanne. Utakuwa na mjadala mwingine kama huu. Usibanduke, maana tunasema hapa kuna vitu vingine utaambiwa ambapo utafunzwa shule. Kuna vitu vingine utaambiwa ambapo kuna mtu atakwambia pale maisha. Ni hapa tu Chuka University Radio, mpango mzima breakfast show.
Wale wanauliza wanaweza mpata wapi Madam Joyce Mghoi? Chuka University ukikuja utampata physically, lakini vile vile kule kwa mitandao ya kijamii, Facebook Touch of Grace KE, vile vile YouTube Touch of Grace KE, na vile vile like, comment and subscribe. Asante sana madam.
Thank you.
Mungu akubariki.
Have a good day.
Tumeelimika vizuri.
Asante.
Good day to you.
Asante.